Hi again. I want to go over with you some graphing tips. I'd like to go over the scatter diagram with you. The scatter diagram graphs three variables. In this case, we're going to graph the price of ice cream, the amount of ice cream cones that you will eat at different prices, and then we're going to look at temperature. So we're going to say how many ice cream cones will you want to buy at a temperature of 70 degrees given different prices. So I'm going to start with price and quantity. And I'm going to put a price of $1, a price of $2, and a price of $3. Okay. And I'll put one more, a price of $4. We'll say at $1, you want to buy 4 ice cream cones. And I want you to remember that the temperature is 70 degrees. If the price goes up to $2, you're going to buy a lot less ice cream cones. Maybe you only buy 3. If the price goes up to $3, well, your budget's getting strapped, so you might buy less ice cream. And if the price goes up to $4, you would only buy 1. Okay? So this is the price of ice cream and the quantity of ice cream that you want to buy, or the quantity demanded, when the temperature is 70 degrees. So we're going to graph that out, okay? Remember that price goes on the y-axis and quantity goes on the x-axis. Always in economics, price is on the y-axis and quantity is on the x-axis. Remember that 0 is our origin, and as we go away from the origin, our numbers get bigger. Okay, so prices are 1, 2, $3, and $4. Okay, and let me come over to this side. And the amount of ice cream, we're going to graph it here. 1 ice cream cone, 2 ice cream cones, 3 ice cream cones, 4 ice cream cones. So we can see over here, at $1, 4 ice cream cones are demanded. So we would go way over here and put our first set of coordinates, if you will. At $2, 3 ice cream cones are demanded. At $3, 2 ice cream cones, and at $4, 1 ice cream cone. We're going to connect the dots. Okay, and this is our demand curve for ice cream when the temperature is 70 degrees. So note that as the price goes down, the quantity demanded is increasing. Okay, so we have this relationship called the law of demand. Price goes down, quantity demanded increases, and price goes up, quantity demanded decreases. So this just makes sense. When you go to buy something, if the price is going up, you're not going to be able to buy as much. If the price goes down, you'll buy more. Okay, so this little piece right here is called the law of demand. Now, anytime price drops, we're going to have a movement along the curve. Okay, and we read this as there's a change in the quantity demanded. So here are some key words you want to remember. Quantity. Okay. You want to remember the word amount. Okay. Price dropped and the amount of ice cream increased. You'll also hear number of. Okay, so all of those words mean that you're going to be demanding more. Now remember that this is the demand curve at 70 degrees. Now let's assume that the temperature goes up to 110 degrees. How much ice cream would you want? Well, logically, you'd probably want more because you'd want to have ice cream to cool off a little bit. So can we represent an increase in temperature on this diagram? Well, we said this was a demand curve at 70 degrees. So no, this diagram does not represent anything other than the demand for ice cream at 70 degrees. All we can show on this is a relationship between price and quantity at 70 degrees. So if the temperature goes up to 110, how many ice cream cones would you be willing to buy? So we have to draw a completely different demand curve. So at $1, well, maybe at $1 you'd want to have 8 ice cream cones because it's so hot. Price goes up to $2, you may want a little bit less. Price goes up to $3, you may want even less. And if the price goes up to $4, maybe only 2 ice cream cones. Okay. Now we have to draw a completely different demand curve. Okay, so we're going to graph price and quantity at 110 degrees. So the only way we're going to represent that is if we do it on a different diagram. So at a price of $1, 8 ice cream cones are demanded. So we're going to be way out here. At a price of $2, at 110 degrees, 6 ice cream cones are demanded. So we'll be somewhere like over here. 6, 5. At $3, 4 ice cream cones are demanded. So there's 3, 4. $4, 2 ice cream cones are demanded. Okay. So you can see that we have had a shift in our demand curve. This is the demand at 110 degrees. So we have a rightward shift. Question, did the price change at all on this? No, it did not. The price point stayed the same. What changed is the why we want ice cream. Why did we increase our demand for ice cream? Because the temperature was hot. Okay, so we call this effect, this shift, okay, this shift right here is called an increase in demand. Okay. Nowhere does it say that the price changed. Price does not change when we have a change in one of our assumptions. Okay. So when it's a change in temperature or why we like a product or how much income we have, all of those things are going to result in a shift of the demand curve. And then we call that an increase in demand. Okay, so to recap, changes in prices will change the quantity demanded, how much we want. You want to get used to this wording, quantity, amount, number of. Now, when we have a change in the why we want the product, okay, why, okay, it's 110 degrees, we want more ice cream, we have a shift in our demand curve, either to the right or to the left. Okay, I hope this helps clarify a few points. I'm going to go through a few little problems in our text, and hopefully it'll help you out. Okay, thank you.